forget. I'm going to introduce myself real quick. My name is Kelsey. Hi guys. If you don't know who I am, I'm super excited to meet you and just to get to know you. But we are going to be working together tonight, kind of showing you the ins and outs of how our day in little work sessions that we do throughout the day look like. I'm going to let Taylor introduce herself too. And so Tay, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, what's up, you guys? My name's Taylor Kaufman. I'm so pumped for this Zoom. We're going to be showing you kind of just how we work our business in an hour time span. We're going to share all the tips that we have. I don't know how much of my story you want me to go into, but I'm a presidential diamond. I do this full time. I'm a retired nurse, and I've been with It Works for 5 years. It's been the biggest blessing ever, and I'm so grateful to still be here. And I'm just super hyped to work with you guys tonight and all of the goodness that's going to come from the Zoom. So make sure you guys take tips, take down some notes. Make sure you're actually doing the things that we're having you guys do. You're going to get the biggest benefits if you're actually taking action on the Zoom. It's one thing to just get on here and listen, but if you're doing these things, when you're applying these things that you're about to learn, you're going to be building your business. And re-practicing these things daily, you're going to really, really build a solid business. So that's the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this, is that these things that we're going to teach you are things that we do as top income earners, as top leaders every day in the nooks and crannies of our days. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. A lot of this stuff can be done really in small increments throughout your day.
Yeah, so I love that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start right now and kind of go through what a working Zoom is going to look like. So what does it look like when people say, hey, I'm working the business, or hey, are you working your business? What does that even mean? What does that look like? And we're going to kind of walk you through a power hour, but I'm going to be talking a lot through it. Tay is actually going to throw up a sample post. Hold on one second. Let me get it. Throw up a sample post real quick that in the comments, so you guys can put up a post. I typically try to post 1 to 2 times a day. And this is super important. Posting is so important because it is going to tell people that you're open for business. So she just put it in the comments. I am going to copy and paste it and find a cute picture. You guys, listen, if you are new, go post an old picture. Like, don't feel like you got to go put on makeup right now and go take some cute selfie and do it. Make sure you put it with the income disclosure statement as well. I always like to do like 3 pictures because I think the main picture then becomes the big one, and then you have the 2 smaller pictures. But when people come to your page, you guys, that is just your open sign. And so when what you're doing is all you're doing with posting is generating interest. You're not going to sign anybody directly from your post. You're still going to have conversations with them. Nobody magically unicorns just goes up and signs up on the website, okay, without talking to you. But what you're doing through this is generating interest. And so this is a very awesome, straightforward post. So if you go ahead and copy and paste this and post it with a cute selfie of you, or put a picture of you working on your phone, or could be even you and your family. But this is a perfect thing for you to post. If you've already posted something like this, it's okay to post. Go to my page. I have a post. Go to any other leaders page, and they have different posts as well. But it's important to be consistent. If you've already posted about it, post about it again, because people aren't going to see the exact same post all the time. Do you want to add anything on that, Tay?
I was going to add something. You can also, you guys, like add like a picture of yourself, like I know Kelsey said, but you can also kind of make it you. Like, you don't say sis, you don't say girlfriend, you don't say babe. Like, take those words out, make it you. And you can also add in like bits and pieces of your story. Like, you can at the beginning, start off saying, I started working from social media because I wanted to, start a savings account. I wanted to pay off debt. Talk a little bit about your story too in that post if you want to. Make it totally you and unique. You don't have to copy it word from me. And then if you've already posted an opportunity post, I'll put another one in there about the giveaway, because it's so good to post about the giveaway even daily, you guys, because like Kelsey said, not everyone sees your post. Like 10% of your friends list ever even sees your post. So that's one thing you can post about every single day, and you're going to get new people interested in your giveaway post. And so I'll put it in the
Uh-oh, you're covering your speaker.
Oh, sorry. I'll put a post in the chat so you can post it if you've already posted about the business opportunity, about the giveaway.
Yes. Okay. Posting about the giveaway is so crucial as well. So we're going to do that. Another way I want you guys to realize, like posting, one thing that I want to kind of relieve a burden for you is it's very easy to compare yourself when it comes to posting of like, my pictures aren't that cute. And like, I remember being like, I need like some Snapchat photos. Look at like some of these people, because I'm struggling over here with some selfies. So I'm gonna give you 2 quick tips, okay? Yes, and post that one that she just put with a color background. Pick one or two, or pick one or the other. Don't do both. But when I take a picture, these are a couple of very important basic tips. When I take a picture, you guys, you can either prop it up on something and do a timer on your phone, or when you hold the camera, make sure you're holding it up. Okay, this is so important. Have you ever heard of like a bird's eye view? Like when you're in an airplane and you look down at everything, everything looks small, right? And so you're gonna look thinner right here. It's just gonna be a more flattering angle, okay? If you pose from here, how big does an ant think you are? Really big, because it's below you and everything looks bigger when the angle is right here. And so they're gonna see like 27 double chins and like all of these non-flattering angles, okay? So don't take a picture from right here because it's like really awkward, okay? And I think that it's very important. That's like my biggest thing. And then always if you're taking like a picture tomorrow or something when it's light outside, always face the sunlight, okay? Face the sunlight, because that is gonna bring the brightness to your face. If you face away, and you can even just practice this, if you face away, then the light will come around you and make your face darker. Okay, so those are just a couple of really, really basic tips. But I know I was like, how do all these people like know how to take pictures? Like I had no clue. Okay, so those are a couple of things that I learned that are really, really, really helpful. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is once you're done, we're not gonna do anything with that, okay? So this is the big thing. During this work session, the biggest thing when you're working is never to wait, okay? I don't respond, go back and check my messages. I don't do anything until after I'm done with all of my tasks, okay? I'm just gonna repeat that. I don't respond until after I'm done with all of my tasks. So even if somebody liked, commented, whatever, do not respond during this time, okay? Because right now we are in proactive mode, not reactive mode. Reactive mode is after your work is done. Proactive mode, and so right now we're in proactive mode. So don't do anything other than what we're saying. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is and put done once you are done.
Can I share one tip?
Yes.
I'll make it really quick. You guys, as you start following top leaders, you're seeing people posting the team pages, go follow their accounts so that way you can always have story content to screenshot. You can use their posts. You can even save people's posts on Facebook. If you see a post and you're like, ooh, I love that post, you click the little 3 dots at the top and hit save, and you can literally create a collection that says like post or post ideas, and you can save a ton of people's posts, and then you can go back and use those for, later on in the future. So make sure you guys are doing that too, because I did that literally the whole first year of my business. I literally was stalking the top leaders and I'm like, what are they posting about? Like they make a lot of money, so I'm gonna go see what they're posting. So it's totally fine to do that and use, our content time too.
Yes. I think she cut out, but that's okay. Okay, so I heard almost everything of what she said. So what you have to do though, next is open up Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, that's okay. Go to your Facebook friends list, okay? And we're gonna do some unfollowing. This is not talked about a lot, okay? We're just gonna do this for 3 minutes. So what I mean by unfollowing is I want you to go through your list of followers and see who that you're either looking at and interacting with, or that you don't really want to be following anymore, because we all have some of those people. I will tell you, on my Facebook, when I went through my Facebook, I literally found at least 45 people like 2 months ago. And I had done that like 6 months prior, but like within 2 months, I had 45 people like deactivate their Facebooks completely. And so they didn't even have a profile picture. They just had like the gray picture. And so make sure that you are doing that. Another great way, if you don't want to just pull up your friends list to do this, is actually to go to the big F in the middle at the bottom And then you can go to the see more option. And there is something called feeds. Where did it go? Oh, mine is showing different now, but it shows as most recent. So if you go to the see more option and you click most recent, oh, I just totally fumbled that. Okay, see where it says most recent on my screen? And you click that, what that is going to bring up is it's actually going to bring up your most recent post, okay? Meaning you're going to be like, I didn't even know I was in that group. Somebody posted in that group 1 minute ago. Wow, I didn't even know I was in that group. Go delete the group if it's not beneficial to you. Okay? Say I don't want to see this. Okay? So you're going to see a lot of posts from people you didn't even know you were friends with. This is a great way to do some interacting as well. And so you want to not just follow people, but also make sure we're taking time to unfollow. Okay? Find your followers. Oh, on Facebook, I don't really go. You can find your followers, but I just go to my friends list. And then just go to that middle button. Again, the middle F button. That's what mine looks like. See at the bottom, I just click that button, and then there should be a friends section right there. And then I click all friends. Then it will also offer you the sort option when you click sort, and you can do oldest to newest or default. Okay, default is going to be more of like who you're interacting with the most and who they're showing you the most of. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Cool. So the next thing is, and if you did not get time, you're like, I just found this, I didn't even get time to do it. That's okay. Just keep up with us because now you know how to do it and you can go back and do it after this. Okay. The next thing I want you guys to do right now, I'm going to put 6 minutes on the clock. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to comment and interact. And I want to see who of you can get the most comments. Okay. In this time period. So count how many comments you can get in the 6 minutes that we're about to do it. Guys, 1 word comments don't count. They have to be at least 3 words. 3 words. 3 to 5 words at least. You even can get a bonus point. You can give yourself a bonus point if you want for asking a question, because that typically will give you more interaction because they're going to answer the question and respond to it. And then it's even better for your interaction too. Tay, do you want to add anything on that?
Whenever I go to interact with people, you guys, I just, on Instagram, if you go to your following list, you can sort it from latest to oldest, and the latest people are the ones that you've most recently followed. And so you want to be the ones interacting on their pages, because a lot of times if you're interacting on Instagram, they're going to follow you back because they're going to see you comment, they're going to see you like. I typically will like 2 pictures and comment on 1. But for Facebook, same thing. You can go to your most recent friends. There's like a recent friends list button. If you go to your actual profile and hit friends list, there's a recent friends button. So that's where I go to interact on Facebook, because those are like your most recently added friends that have accepted your friend request or that you've sent out requests to. So let's go see how many people we can comment and interact with. So make sure you comment in the chat. Are we timing it, Kels?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm going to play some music. Once the song's over, it's done.
Your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. I'll tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed. How he turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. He said he would. So I trust him at all times. So I trust him at all times. So I trust him at all times. So so I trust him at all times.
Okay, I gotta give you a couple more minutes. I'm trying.
There is power in the name of Jesus. Okay, classic. They told you that you couldn't do it cause you're washed up. Ain't like them bad girls said you should get your sauce up. But I got this plan and you might not understand. I'ma go hard as I can and I won't be the boss of it. Just watch me do this, put no limits on the swag on it. Walk right up to the front where I belong and brag on it. Go to the top, I'ma give it all I got. Might take a lot, but we ain't gonna ever stop. I do believe I'm something special. Can't take that from me. So you can say what you want, I go harder, stronger, be who I'm supposed to be. Cause I'm unstoppable, I get on the way. That's the way I was made, and I'm up on my feet. Cause I'm unstoppable, ain't no hoping and wishing. Say it back, get your way, get it. I can be what I want, try it if I want. Power got a king, and he don't let me go. I'm unstoppable, he won't let me go. No, I'm unstoppable. I dream about it, I go get it, that's how I do it. Not in the stars, I'm not lucky, I just pray through it. Fall on my face and I might make mistakes, but I don't let it break me, cause I'm still on my way. I do believe I'm something special. Can't take that from me. So you can say what you want, I go harder, stronger, be who I'm supposed to be. Cause I'm unstoppable.
Okay, done. Write how many comments did you get in the actual comment section here. Type in the chat. Type how many comments you got. 17. That's amazing. 20. So awesome. 20, 15, 13, 12, 17, 13, 10, 10. You guys, you see how simple that was? Also, if you kept feeling like you were getting It Works people or people in your business, whatever, then you need to unfollow. Doesn't mean that you have to unfriend. It just means you can unfollow them because your newsfeed needs to be filled with your potential. Okay, it doesn't need to be filled with your sidelines because that's not helping your business grow. It needs to be filled with your potentials and new people. So if you don't know how to unfollow people, it's super simple. You go to their profile, and then when you click friends, you can click unfollow. You can still go to their profile. You just type it in, and you're still friends with them. It's just they won't come up on your news feed. So that makes it so much easier. Okay. The next thing we're going to do.
Can I add to that really quick, Kels? Sorry, I just have one more thing. So when you're interacting, you guys, interact on your potentials post too. Like if I have someone I was just talking to and they stop responding to me, or maybe it's the next day, I'm gonna go blow up their feed. They're gonna see my name and their notifications. They're gonna see my name and their notifications. And like I'm interacting with my potentials, you guys. That's another way to indirectly follow up with people by simply just engaging on their page. So if you have a potential or even just a potential distributor that you just like really want her to join your team, stay up to date with her post. You can even turn on see first on Instagram and on Facebook. You can do that. So that way you get notified when they post. So that way you can be engaging with their post every time that they're posting. So they're constantly seeing your name on their feed.
Yes. Love it. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm sure if you were scrolling, whether it was Facebook or Instagram, I'm sure that you saw an advertisement. Drop a 1 in the comments real quick if you saw an advertisement as you were scrolling. Yep. I saw like 14. I saw so many. Okay. So go pick one of those advertisements that was the most specific to you. So if you shop at that spot, if it was like spot on advertisement and you were like, gosh, I really should want to click that. Like you were actually really tempted to click it. Okay. Which is like 99% of mine. Okay. I'm really bad about that. Facebook and Instagram have my number. They know like I just want all tie-dye stuff. And so go to those actual places and don't click on like the stuff so you're shopping, but go to their Instagram or Facebook page, whatever you want to add from right now. I'm going to focus on Instagram. I'm going to go to the advertisement, and I'm going to go look at who liked their most recent post. Okay. So for instance, Shein, they always get me. Okay. So I go to Shein, it's a clothing thing, and they come up. So this is their profile. Okay. So I click their profile, and then I click the most recent post that they made 6 hours ago. Since 6 hours ago, I actually would go to the Shein US one though. Okay. This is a tip, because if not, Shein is ships all over the country. And so you might follow people who are in countries that we're not in yet. Okay. So make sure you go into the Shein US one, and I'm going to go, this is from 58 minutes ago. It already has 2,000 likes. What do I know about that? Is that within the last 58 minutes, all 2,600 of those people have been on Instagram to like that photo. So I don't like to just go to who's following that page. I like to go to the who's interacting, who's active, because you might be getting a bunch of dead followers on somebody's Instagram page that's not active if you're just going to their followers list. But if you're going to who's interacting with their post, who's commented, who's liked, and you're adding from that list and you're friending them, you're going to get people who are more recently active. They're probably more engaged on their social media. And so that's something that has worked really well and saved a lot of time for me. So we're going to do that for 4 minutes. And I want you guys to count how many people you add in 4 minutes. Tay, you can add stuff too as we go.
Yeah, on Instagram, I don't know if it's just my page, but at the top of my Instagram, there's a little shop button, and there's like a ton of boutiques and just sponsored ads that are underneath that category. So I find a ton of just like my favorite boutiques there, and I'll find their pages from there. Or you can even just search by location, or search, boutique, or search your favorite stores from there to kind of find those pages to go follow from as well.
Yep. So good. So good. And then what I do is I actually don't like go and like stalk people's profiles before I add them. I search, and like if somebody, like I base it off their profile picture a lot of times, because a lot of times people aren't actually adding me back, right? So they're not actually like maybe 50% of people add me back. So why am I going to go waste my time searching their profile if I'm not even sure if they're going to add me back yet? Right? Because then that's a waste of time. So what I will do is I will actually, once they accept, then that's when I go and search their profile to see, make sure they're just like a normal human, nothing creepy, nothing weird. Okay. And somebody that like I actually want to follow. And then if they are, great. If they're not, then I just unfollow them. And I still, if I'm on Instagram, then I still have a follower. So it's not hurting me that way. And so that's just something that I've learned in that process.
And honestly, you guys, the more people you're following, especially as you're building this business, you're in the first year of your business, you're building a whole brand new market from the ground up. Add as many people as you can every day and challenge yourself. Like I literally would set timers for like 10 minutes, and I would try to like outbeat my like day the day before. Like, oh, I got 210 minutes yesterday. Let's see if I can get 300. Like I would just be following as many people as I could, because the more people you're putting yourself out there to, the more people you're going to get to accept your friend request, the more people you're going to have that are going to see your stories, that are going to be voting on your stories, that are going to be seeing your posts. Like it doesn't hurt to do this in excess in your business, as long as you're not sitting there doing it, over a huge amount of followers in 5 minutes, because you don't want to get blocked. But if you can do this just a couple of times throughout your day, like I like to even still do it now in the morning time and in the evening time, to spend 10 minutes growing my market and getting new people on my page. That's something you guys should really be doing. And you can do it literally standing in line at the grocery store. Like that's like the easiest thing to do, that you don't really have to have a whole lot of effort or a lot of like, I don't know. I can pull up a sponsored ad and just follow, and it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort. And so it's one of those things you just have to kind of train your brain to think to do it. Because if you think to do it, you can do it throughout your day, while you're sitting on the toilet, while you're at the grocery store, while you're waiting in line, while you're, doing these things. And it does not take a whole lot of effort to do it.
And on that note, like this is something that I do, like when I'm watching like a show, like, because it doesn't take a lot of brain power, right? Like, it's not like I have to really sit there and think about it. I can just kind of like browse my phone, which we're all doing anyways. Don't act like you're not doing that. Okay. Like, you're all doing it anyways. And so it's important that you're spending the time being intentional rather than just scrolling. Same thing as with interacting. So if you find yourself scrolling, stop acting like you're working. Stop acting like you're working. Okay. Because you're not. If you're not commenting, you're not. I was still Tay, the question was, were you still private when you did this?
So I've never had a private account. Some leaders will go private to build their following. Some people stay active or public. I've always had a public account just because if you use hashtags in the right way and your account is private, your posts are not going to be shown on those hashtags if you have a private account. And so I use a lot of hashtags because I want my posts to show up in all of these different areas on Instagram. So I've always just kept my account public because I use hashtags. If you don't use hashtags, I mean, you could build it private and it would be fine. Just kind of depends on the person, I think.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, use hashtags, like even like just remotely anything similar to that post, like summer, beach, fun, wives of Instagram, nurses of Instagram, teachers of Instagram, like Insta Daily, like there's just so many things that you can kind of tie that post to, and every hashtag that you're putting on that picture. And I even do it in the comments. I don't even put it on my post. Like I'll make my post on Instagram and then I'll comment on it and I'll do a bunch of these hashtags and it'll pull that post to those hashtags. So the people that are looking at those hashtags, they're going to be able to see that post, especially if it's at the top because there's a lot of like engagement stuff on it.
Yeah. And hashtags on stories too is a great idea. That one a lot of people forget to do. And so you actually are in like a really good spot when you do it because there's not as many, like it doesn't get as convoluted. And then what would you say to like, can people go back and add hashtags to their previous posts, like their last couple previous posts if
Oh yeah.
they have
On
it?
Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go comment on it. You don't have to even edit the post. You can literally comment on your post and it'll put that post in that hashtag. I do that all the time. Like sometimes I forget to do it and I'll just go back through it and just add a bunch of random hashtags on posts that I forgot.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Okay. Do you have a message handy or do you want me to put one in here? My phone doesn't link for some reason.
Yeah, what kind of message are we doing right now?
We can just do like we can do a couple different choices for people. So we can just do a positive vibe one and a new DT, like a business one. I can send you.
Like a DT one?
Yeah. Or actually we can just do a host to post one.
Oh, okay. Oops, hold on. I didn't mean to send that one.
There. The reason you guys messaging, let's talk messaging for a second. I'm like over here working. Okay, let's talk messaging. Messaging is so important. Messaging has caught a bad rap, okay, because so often people feel like I'm bothering people, right? Or whatever. But the reality of it is, you guys, you are instilling confidence in that person. And that's what I want you to view these messages as, because they might not know to comment on your stuff or to message you or even how to start a message. They could just be thinking about it. But if you instill confidence in them in a nonchalant way, it's not like, hey, join my business. Like, that's not what I'm saying, but offer them about the giveaway, right? The winner is going to be drawn on Tuesday for $350 in cash, right? Like, you're offering them something as well. And it's so crucial to be making sure that you're doing messaging. Okay. I know people who are like, well, I'm adding and I'm posting and I'm doing all the things. I'm like, how many times are you messaging? They're like, I'm messaging like 10 people a day. It's not enough. Okay, it's just not enough. The more people you message, the better. Would you rather fish in a pond of 500 or 5,000? Right? You'd rather fish with 5,000. And so making sure that you are continually talking to people in this business. I don't care if you're talking to people in person. I don't care if you're talking to people over social media. I don't care how you're talking to them. Whoever talks to the most people wins. That's the name of the game. The person people who talk to the most people win. And so it's not rocket science. It's how many conversations am I having a day? Messaging is the best way to generate those conversations, right? What's the first thing they're going to, and this is where the other stuff comes into play. How do you always find new people to message? Well, you're adding to your network. What's the first thing that they do after you message them? They go creep your profile. So that's why it's important for you to post. Right? And so all of these things are working together, but the whole point is to create a conversation. That's what we want to do. We want to talk to people about the products, talk to people about the business, and see how we can help them. That's what we're doing. Right now we have amazing promotions out, and it's something where it's just a way for you to tell them about it.
And if you can ever add in to any of those messages, and you guys, these are just guides. I'm not saying copy paste, use these messages. These are Bible. These are just like a guide, okay? But if you can ever add in something from their page to your initial message, people love to talk about themselves, okay? They love getting compliments. They love talking about themselves. So if there's anything on their page, maybe they're a mom, maybe they just went on vacation, maybe they just bought this cute thing, maybe they're redoing their house, like look at their page and find something to make that message personable, because then they're going to see that and be like, oh, this isn't a copy paste message. Like they're noticing something about my page. They're noticing something about my life. And people just love those compliments, and they love to, talk about themselves. Like that's just normal. So I think if you can, do that before you send the message, that helps a ton.
Yep. So good. Okay, we're gonna give you 4 minutes. See if you can get out 10 messages in 4 minutes.
Take me up, but under Jesus on my side. So better put it in time. Ain't no one stronger than the one who came and laid down his life. And I got loads of surprise. The enemy can't stop me, 'cause there's a calling on my life. So when I'm crying, it don't last long. 'Cause he gon' step in and make it alright. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed. How it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He I just met on time. It again. I'm about to let him know where I'm from. Don't take me very thin. I just call Jesus my friend. Get me back in line one more time, cause he's always listening. Ain't nobody's hurting. Either whisper knows and you don't know me. Cause you're always right. Come and get your breakthrough. Cause I'm getting higher. For you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Only do it, yes you will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed. How it turned out, it's only his grace. Only do it, he said he would. So I just met on time. You see what the enemy had planned for my downfall turned out to be the greatest victory of my life. Cause when it comes at you fast and hard, there's only one that can come and make it right. So ain't no need for stressing and crying, cause he gon' show up just like he did the last time. The last time, and the last time, I know.
Okay, right? Done. If you got your messages out, or if you did not get all 10, write how many you got. I hope this is giving you guys confidence. I hope this is like making you feel like, holy moly, I have been overcomplicating this business so much more than it needed to be, right? Because it can feel so much bigger in our brains. Drop a 1 in the comments if that's you. I know for me, sometimes I get so overwhelmed and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this feels so hard. I don't have time. And I'm like, what? It's not even hard. We literally sent out so many messages in such a short period of time. It's not hard. We just make it such a big thing in our head. And really, it's so simple. So I hope this is just reminding you of that. I even need that reminder sometimes.
Will you tell them what you told me on the phone earlier?
Oh, yeah. About what I feel like.
Like how people a lot of times think they're thinking about the business in their head.
Yes.
But they're not actually doing it.
So I was telling Tay, I'm like, I feel like for me, even still, sometimes I feel like I'm thinking about the business a lot, but how much work am I actually putting in? Right? Because the business is important to all of us. And I trust that if you're on here, this business is important to you. And I'm proud of you for being on here. And there's people that I see on these Zooms every single time. But do you want to know what happens is we get stuck. We get stuck in all the tornadoes that are spinning around in our head about all the things that we need to do and all the things we have to get done and all the things that we have to read and all the things that we need to learn about and all of these things. And we forget to actually work the business. And if you're guilty of that, that's okay. But don't get mad about the results yet until you're doing the work. Right? And so I don't want you to just hop on the Zooms and think that you did the work today. I want you to get on these Zooms and see how simple the work is. And when you get off the Zooms, do the work because it's so simple. Because I know how many of you guys feel like you think about the business way more than you should. Drop a 4 in the comments if that's you. You're like, I think about this business way more than I feel like I should. It's like always on my mind. I can't stop thinking about it. But yet, for some reason, there is a mental block with how much you can actually get done. Right? It feels like I think about it and I think about it. But when I look at my day, what did I actually do for my business? And the answer a lot of times isn't as much as we thought about it. And so all I'm asking is for you to evaluate where and what areas can I change and start doing more, right? And start doing more instead of thinking so much. Because thinking it sometimes just leads us down a path. Tay put one of the messages that I like to send out sometimes in the comments if you guys want to save that. But I am going to give us our next thing. So the next thing that we are going to be doing is we are going to be going back through all of your previous posts, okay, that have gotten any interaction, whether it's likes or comments. I want you to reply to the comments that you've gotten. Okay, doesn't have to be the post from just now that you posted. It can be a post from a couple days ago. Gary Vee says this all the time. If you are not responding to the comments that people leave on your post, you are not going to get any more followers. You're not going to get any more comments. You're not going to get any more likes, because you have to create a community. So everybody who comments on your pictures, on your posts, you need to be responding and replying to them. Okay, so go back through. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to go back through and do that. And then also pay attention, go through the likes as well. If you don't have a lot of comments that you haven't responded to, go through the likes and see who all is liking your stuff, and maybe send them a host to post message that we have already put in the comments as well. Do you want to add anything, Tay?
I was just gonna let those people know that when you do this, it puts that post back in the newsfeed, so more of your friends that might not have seen it the first time around might actually be able to see that post, because whenever you're interacting on a post, it puts it at the top of that newsfeed, and so more friends are gonna be able to see it. I boost old posts all the time, even from years ago. Like I'll see, like, on this year, 2 years ago, I made a post about defining gel, and I'll comment on it, and then I'll see like random people start commenting on it because I interacted on that post and I got it like alive again. So I do this all the time. Even just posts that have gotten a lot of comments, even a couple months ago, I'll go back through and interact on them just to get them, you know, re-going in the newsfeed. So good to do.
Yep. And I've noticed, like, I've been really intentional about doing this and making sure that I've been replying to every single comment on my post. And my posts have been getting a lot more interaction just from that. And people are so much more like, I know if I comment and somebody responds to the comment, they're like, thank you so much, Kels. Like, I'm literally like, so much more apt to go comment again versus not getting any positivity back, right? And so make the people, make anybody who's commenting glad that they commented and happy that they commented, so that, you know, they're more likely to do it again. Let's see. I'm gonna try and play something that's not, what is it? We were playing something for 2 minutes.
Party started quickly. I used to believe we were burning on the edge of something beautiful, something beautiful. Selling a dream, smoking mirrors keep us waiting on a miracle, a miracle. Having some heartbreak away, never let you go, never let me down. Oh, it's been a hell of a ride, driving the edge of a night, never let you go, never let me down. Don't give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you, let me love you. Don't give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you, let me love you.
Sounds like Mario Kart. Okay, so one thing we are going to do is we are going to go and I want you guys to start being active in any groups that you're in on Facebook. Okay, I know groups used to be this big thing of back in the day, and then we've kind of gotten away from it, but they're literally a gold mine of people who you are connected with for a common denominator. And I don't know why we don't talk about them anymore, but I'm in a lot of really awesome groups that, and I think that what happens is the people who are active in those groups, I actually friend them. And yeah, mom groups, there's nursing groups, there's um, if you're planning a wedding, if you're married, like I'm in like married groups, like I'm in all different kinds of groups. Okay. Fitness groups, cooking groups, stepmom groups, keto groups, like you name it, there's a freaking group for it. I promise. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy. So my thing though is that these are people that you instantly have something in common with. It's an easy conversation starter, but also the more active you are in the group, the more they're going to see you as a person. They're going to connect to you over something other than just the business, which is going to make the business conversation or a product conversation even that much more comfortable because they've seen you before posting in that group that they feel comfortable and they feel safe in. And so how you can see what kind of groups that you're a part of already is to go back to that F button at the bottom. And then there's a groups tab, and then you can see your groups across the top. You can scroll. And yeah, don't post about the business in your group. So for instance, I'm in a workout group that the workouts that I do every day, the girl has a group. And so when I'm in that group, like I post about like how much I love the workout, or if I didn't like the workout or whatever, I'm posting something relevant to that group because those people are then interacting with me in that group. Okay. I'm not posting about my business. And a lot of them, it's not even allowed. And so the best thing for you to do is just connect over something non-business, because that's going to make the business connection even that much more natural. Tay, that was a good point. Do you want to add anything else?
Nope, that's good.
Okay, cool. So go back to some of your groups, and I want you to at least try to join 5 groups or post in 5 groups right now.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, shut up and dance. We were victims of the night. The chemical, physical, kryptonite. Help us to the face and fame. Oh, we'll fight to get together. Fight to get together. She took my heart. We took just your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. Shut up. She said, shut up and dance with me. A backlit section beat up speaks. My discotheque to react to an extreme. I felt it in my chest and she loved me. I knew we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my heart. I don't know how it happened. We took the floor. She said, oh, together, just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, shut up and dance with me. Deep in her eyes, I think I see the future. I realize this is my last chance. She took my heart. I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and just said, oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, Shut up and dance. Don't you dare back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance. You need this woman, it's not destiny. She said, shut up and dance with me. Shut up and dance with me. Shut up and dance with me.
Okay. Tay, do you want to give them any last tasks to do?
Let's just finish off with host to post because we haven't really
Yes.
hit on it. You want to go over that?
Yes. Okay, so if you got comments on any host to post in the past that you haven't kept up with, welcome to host to post, okay? Because the fact that you can't keep up is a really good problem to have. Don't feel like, oh my God, I suck, I can't keep up. No, that's a really good problem to have, okay? But set goals every day so that you can keep up with it, of how many you want to get up. Having 10 people host a post for you a day is a really, really good, solid goal that's going to keep generating conversations. But what I would start by doing is going back to some of the older host to posts, even if it was from like $150 giveaway or something in the past that you had a lot of really good interaction on. I love going back and saying, hey, I know that we never connected because like maybe there was a couple people that I didn't get into, okay, that I didn't get in time, like because I had so many comments or whatever. And so sometimes I'll go back and I'll say, hey, we're doing another giveaway. And even if they have posted for me before, those people are often going to be the ones that will post again. And so I'll go back and give them a different one. Tay just put a really good host to post in the comments. And so for the last 5 minutes, we're going to be focusing on host to post, how many messages you can get out and all of that stuff as well. So that is awesome. And then we will close out in a prayer at the end.
All right. Okay. Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby. Swear to God, no, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking in this year. It's our party. My posse's been on Broadway. And we did it all like slow music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on that stage light. Going shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, I'm my INDEPENDENT. This hustler, chasing dreams since I was 14 with the four-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back. Shit, labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back. This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Now, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah. I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I gotta eat it in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark. We raw. Gonna go up, gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. My girl, she wanna see Rome. See, so make you a believer now. And if everything's worth it. Should come, so giving it back to the people now. Sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching. I say, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we ceiling can't hold us. This is a moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Okay, so I'm going to close this out in prayer. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you guys who hopped on here. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you just to every single person who just invested in their business tonight. I'm so proud of you. I know this is a little bit different than our typical Monday night Zooms, but I know sometimes I just have to be reminded of how simple this business is, because in our head it can feel really big. And then once we start doing it, we are just like, wow, that was actually a lot more simple than I thought. It feels so big. We love you guys so much and hope you guys got something out of it. So dear Jesus, thank you so much for just this amazing community that surpasses all of my expectations on a daily basis. We're so grateful for who you are, Lord, for just the details that you work out in our lives, the things that we don't even see, that you protect us from, but that you also do in our lives, just so we're so loved by you, Lord. I ask that every single person that's listening right now just remembers and feels how loved they truly are by you, that they are not forgotten, that no matter what hardship that they're going through, that they're not going through it alone, that you are walking through it with them. Lord, I ask for abundance in our business. I ask that you grow our character, that you grow us as people, so that we can sustain and keep any blessings that you give us. You are ready to pour out your blessings on us, Lord. I fully believe that. And I believe that we are getting ready for such an overflow. And as we prepare and as we go into the season, I ask that you help us be disciplined. I ask that you help us tap into strength that we didn't even know that we had. But I also ask that you allow us to love on others even more than we ever have before. Lord, thank you for everything that you've done in our lives, but we're so excited and expectant for what you're going to do. We love you so much. In your name we pray. Amen. I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome night. Bye.